everyone, I'm Jerry. Welcome to our channel. If you've ever wondered what a French press is and how to use it, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to show you all the details of a French press, how to use it, and how to make a perfect cup of coffee at home. So if you've been following our channel, you know that my husband and I are mountain bikers. Whenever we're on the road on a mountain bike trip, the French press is something you're always going to find in our bag. It's a lot more simple to carry the French press with us and make a fresh cup of coffee in the morning instead of going out and trying to find a coffee shop, wondering if it's going to be good coffee. This thing has been a lifesaver. So a French press is a good, inexpensive way to make a great cup of coffee at home every single time. And you're going to find it makes better coffee than a traditional drip coffee maker. Now there's one key component that you do not want to overlook whenever you're getting ready to use your French press, and that is a good quality coffee bean. You're always going to want to grind your coffee instead of buying pre-ground coffee beans. Sometimes if I'm having a busy week, I might grind them just for a couple days and have them sitting there, but you're going to get a lot better flavor if you come directly from the bean. Traditionally, your dark and medium roast are going to be a little better for the French press. They have more oil, so they're going to pull a little more flavor. This is something you might want to play with. You might find personally you like a lighter roast. I recommend starting out with your darker and mediums. Personally, in our home, we go with the darkest roast we find. We find it just has the best flavor, best oils. That's kind of just what we prefer in our house. So when you're looking at French presses, you're going to see some glass ones, you're going to see some stainless steel. I've opted to use the stainless steel French presses because I had a few glass ones and they always just seemed to end up breaking. Went with stainless steel, never had that problem again. So because of that, I recommend going with a stainless steel French press. All right guys, so let's get started. What I have here is a tablespoon, coffee beans, coffee grinder, French press, and a cup. So the first thing we're going to do is grind our coffee beans. Let me show you the inside of the grinder here. What I do is fill the coffee beans to the silver line. And just kind of even those out just to make sure it's even. I'm going to put the top of the grinder on. Then we're going to grind the beans. Alright, so I grinded the beans for about 10 seconds. Next, I'm going to measure out 1 tablespoon of rounded coffee beans and place them in the beaker. So this can get a little messy, but you're just going to want to take your tablespoon down there and make it nice and rounded. This is something that's a personal preference. You might find that you like 2 tablespoons. You might find you like half a tablespoon. In our home, we found 1 tablespoon typically makes a good flavor for us. So I now got the coffee grounds in the beaker. So a lot of times when I'm using the French press, I'll make more than 1 cup of coffee at a time. Today we're just using 1 cup for the video, but a lot of times I'll make 2 to 3 cups. You just want to adjust your ratios. 3 cups of water, you're going to use 3 tablespoons of coffee grounds. 2 cups of water, you'll use 2 tablespoons. Our next step is we're going to boil 1 cup of filtered water. So our next step is to take the 1 cup of filtered water, put it in a pan, and just wait for that to come to a boil. You want to make sure it comes to a full boil. All right, so our water has come to a full boil. Next step, I'm going to pour this right into the French press. You're going to want to let that steep for about 4 minutes. This goes back to something that, again, it's a personal preference. You might find that you like 2 minutes. You might find that you like 6 minutes. In our house, we've kind of narrowed it down to 4. Then while that's steeping, I just kind of go ahead and put the plunger on the top just to kind of have it in place. So while this is brewing, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the process that the French press uses, which is called immersion brewing. Now with submersion brewing, the coffee grounds are submerged into the hot water for a few minutes rather than a few seconds than you might see with an espresso machine. Alright, so our brewing time is up, and what we're going to do next is just take the plunger and make sure it's pressed all the way down. That's separating those coffee grounds from the hot water, and we're going to pour our coffee. Alright, so to clean our items, I'm going to start with the coffee grinder. See how there's some coffee grounds in there? I really don't want to save those for the next day. I'm just going to kind of tap it on the sink to get that out there. Then I'm going to just take a paper towel. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of take a paper towel to get most of those coffee grounds out of there. Okay, and then with our French press, this next step is going to show you how to clean your French press. I'm just going to pull out the plunger and the top. Then I'm just going to rinse the coffee grounds out. It's a little messy, you can see. So you just really want to make sure nothing is in there. And then I'm going to rinse out the filter and filter screen. You kind of tap it. Alright, now what we're going to do next with the plunger is we're going to remove our filter and filter screen. It just kind of unscrews off here. And then I'm just going to set that to the side. And you see how you can kind of separate, see that? We want to separate that. We want to rinse all of that out. And then to put it back together, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I want to get this screen a little better. Let me do that. I'm just going to take the top part of the plunger and I'm going to screw it right back on. Alright guys, there you have it. There is a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to make a really good cup of coffee at home every single time using a French press. So if you see any of the items in this video that you think you'd like to give a shot, just check out the description below and we're going to have a link to all the items. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and don't forget to click subscribe to our channel. Thanks for tuning in today.